Different vlog style today because I don't want to get my computer out, so I'm on my phone. This is the end of day 12, the beginning of day 13 in quarantine, and it might be the end of day 11, beginning of day, because I went into quarantine on a Tuesday and today is a Sunday, so it's day 12. Sorry, day 11 going into day 12. What can I say, guys? I look like shit because my hay fever's been so bad the last couple of days. A lot of it is because I'm having to do this and sleep with my window open. Don't recommend when you've got hay fever, but here we are. It's that or overheat and die, and I'd rather deal with the sneezes. At least I can take antihistamines for the sneezes. It's been a weird day. I don't know, I think today's the day that, not being able to go out was finally hit me, because obviously Saturdays I normally go and I hang with Helen in Manchester, and we didn't do it last week, but we did do it the week before, so I don't think last week, it really hit me, because it's only happened, once or twice, where we've gone more than a week without meeting up, and the last time was when Helen was really sick, back in January, so it's tough, man. And yeah, so I think today is probably the day that kind of sunk in, just because that routine was thrown off, and I barely slept last night because I got really drunk yesterday, which was no vlog last night. But I'm sober tonight. I'm just in that kind of a mood. And yeah, so I think that and then it's kind of hit me seeing all these people on my Facebook, local people who live near me, talking about how, they want to go down to the Peak District or up to the lakes or over to Blackpool or the Fylde and Lytham, and even over to Skegness and Hull and places like that. It's you're not it's not what social distancing's for. You go out if it's an absolute necessity. You go out for your food, you go out for medical appointments, you go out if you have to still go to work, which most people don't. You have to go to care for someone, things like that. There's very real specific reasons you should travel that far. Otherwise, most of us live in places where we can walk around blocks, where parks are still open. If you're going for a walk, you just have to keep a 6-foot distance from other people. Please do that, by the way, because it really helps. Wash your hands dead regular, and don't be a dick. That seems to be the part that everyone's forgetting. Don't be a dick. Though I'm saying that, and I'm kind of a dick if I see someone going out when they don't need to. But I feel like it's justified because they are putting other people at risk. They might not be putting themselves at risk. Most of them probably aren't. But they could be putting someone else at risk. They could be putting me at risk. They could be putting their gran at risk. They could be putting my gran at risk. And if they do that, I'm going to kill them. I don't think they are, though, because my gran doesn't leave her flat. But, there's the world is not revolving around you. Please think about the other people in society, the other people in the area where you live in. And I mean, this is particularly for Rochdale, because we've got a really low count for the UK, especially for an area of our size. So we're doing really well. My mum's gone shopping and everyone's kept to the social distancing rules. Everyone's been polite. Nobody's been causing any trouble. And I mean, I will admit we've been shopping at Marks and Spencer's, even though it's a little pricier. It's got better food for us, but Mum's just been saying they've been stocked in nearly everything every time she's been. So, I mean, we've been twice since it started, and we're not gonna go for a couple of weeks. But so yeah, it's one of those where it's just it's particularly people my age from school who I spent 5 years going to the same classes with in the same area, and some of them are still going out as if there's nothing going on. Most aren't. Like, the vast majority of people I went to school with are doing absolutely fine. But the odd one or two are treating it like it's nothing, like that, like it's not an emergency. And people younger than us are even worse in some ways. Like Gen Z, some of them are really bad. They just don't understand why this needs to happen. And I mean, I can understand they're not the ones going to be in the most danger, but it's not like they're free and clear. Anyway, that's a rant I've been probably building up to for a while. It's just been one of those days. But then I had D&D, and that was much more fun. So let me tell you about D&D. Helen's session was this week. It was tonight, and she's like the best. She's such a good DM. Like, I can't explain it. She's so good. And so we're in this city at the moment where they're tracking down a cult that is reanimating the dead. Basically, they're like trying to destroy death. Now, our cleric, who's not played by me, I play the rogue, but our cleric is like way against that. She's still having a breakdown of the fact that she had to revive my rogue a few sessions ago because I died fighting owlbears. What can I say? So we're in the city, and we're searching for this cult, and like I didn't have anything to do for an hour, and I kind of zoned out, but that worked for the better because my character wasn't in the scene that was going on, so it kind of worked for the better that I didn't know what was going on then. And then she got called in to go into the cell. That sounds dodgy. She got called in to go into the cellar as a group because we were getting some information from this sketchy person in the bar. And now my rogue owes a favour to a random person in a tavern in the city that we're currently in, and that's going to come back to bite her on the ass eventually. And then we found out about a masquerade ball that they're going to go to, which I've known about for like over a month. I've been planning outfits and everything. Like, I know what people are going to wear because I've had this knowledge because obviously I hang out with the DM every week normally. So that's going to be great fun. I'm really looking forward to that, and I'm so glad everyone else knows why I've been like dropping all these hints about what kind of the aesthetic their characters like and things. So that's been fun. And then tonight, as in Sunday night, we've got Han's game, which I'm really looking forward to because Han's finally like kind of getting into a bit of a like she's getting into a groove as a DM because she's the newest of the four of us doing it, and she's kind of finally getting into the groove, and we're all getting like into the characters, and that's been nice. I do play the cleric on that campaign. I played Derry, whose actual name is Aderenbach, and she's amazing. Of course I'd say that, she's my character. She's a wood elf. She's 413 years old. She is middle-aged for the kind of elf she is. She's got a big family, like a huge family. Not as big as my monk on one of the other campaigns, but she's got a big family. She's got 4 kids and a grandchild and 3 siblings. But we had to do a family tree because of part of her backstory. So like it feels like she's got a much bigger family than she does because I've gone back several generations for what's going on with her family. And she is a life cleric, and her goddess is the goddess of joy, Thera, who is, it just fits so well because she is like such a like mom. She's such a happy being, and she just wants to adopt and love everyone. It's great. She's so much fun to play. My 3 girls are like very different because I've got Rune, who's the rogue in Helen's campaign, and she is like kind of like a typical rogue. She likes to stab. She likes to stab. She's not always going to be a rogue though. She's multi-classing in not next level up, because next level up will be level 7, which is really good for rogues because we get evasion at level 7. But at level 8, she's going to multi-class, and she's going to take first level of her first level of paladin, because she became, when I originally planned her, she was not religious at all, and then it turns out she's very religious, and I didn't know that. So, yeah, that's how that went. Derry's my cleric, and then on Lou's campaign, which plays the same week that I DM, is a ASMR monk, and she's fucking funny. She is 17 years old. She is the oldest of 9 children. She grew up basically on like your Welsh farming village, kind of like where I spent a lot of my time when I was a kid back in Machynlleth. So it's great. I loved growing up. I mean, none of us had that many siblings. That kind of like grew from the kind of community she had, and then I rolled for it. I rolled shockingly well on a d10. So she's one of 9. But yeah, so that was kind of like there's kind of little shout outs back home, and they've just finished a really big side quest for her, where they had to go and rescue one of her siblings, well, 2 of her siblings, a set of twins from the constructed daughter of a hag, which was really cool. It was so well done. And it really made it obvious that that Lou and I are the 2 that spend a lot of time with children, or have spent a lot of time with children, because there's a rapport that you have when you spend a lot of time around kids, and it just comes out, and it's so natural for me that I don't even really like anticipate it. But anyway, so that's the sorry, my D&D. Half of this video is me rambling about D&D, but I'll do another one of these tomorrow, hopefully. I actually quite like doing it on my phone. That makes me more like want to do it. So yeah, if you have any questions about D&D, about my characters, anything, they hit me up. I will answer them tomorrow. And have a good day. Stay safe, stay home, protect the NHS.